And welcome.
Good morning.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little activity with you. And I know that we just got done with Black History Month, correct?
Yes.
So I thought this would be a great opportunity to do a character ed lesson plan with you guys on monuments, things of value, things of loyalty, because this month is, the trait of the month is what? Trustworthiness. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions to begin with, okay?
Okay.
What does trustworthiness mean to you? And you can, by your show of hands, I'll ask you a couple, ask some of you a couple questions. Cole.
It means that if somebody really loves love,
Can you talk louder? Say it louder.
and if somebody falls, you can help them up.
Okay, if someone falls, you can help them up. Yes, Kadarius.
Trustworthiness means like someone trusts you with something, trusts you not to break your promise.
Okay.
Like, if you're keeping like a very important secret, like, just an example, if you're keeping a very important secret and you tell someone, you have to trust those people, and those people have to keep it a secret for you to trust them.
Very good. Do me a favor, guys, when you talk, if you'll talk louder where I can hear you, because of some of what I'm not being able to hear. Boy, go ahead, babe.
If like somebody doesn't know what to do, let's say that I have a brother, but that he couldn't do his homework, and I would help him.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, Braden and Brock, I'm going to give you the last two questions. Yes, go ahead.
It means that you don't need to tell a lie on other people.
That you don't need to tell a lie on people, okay?
That's what I was going to say the same thing.
Can you think of another one? If you can't, that's all right. I'll come back with you on another question.
That you have to trust someone to do something.
Okay, you got to trust. So not only do you have to trust, you have to build trust in others, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a two-way street of working together as a team. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures, and we're going to talk about these pictures, okay? Okay, who can tell me what this is a picture of?
The White House. The White House.
The White House, okay? Let's talk a little bit about trustworthiness in the White House, okay? What does this picture represent to you about trust?
The President.
The President?
People around you.
People around you?
The President trusts other people and we trust the President.
Okay, okay. What else?
We trust in God.
Okay. Joe?
To be responsible.
To be responsible. Very good.
We trust in the President to do the right things and make the rules fair.
Okay, very good. Which is one of the words that I'm going to use is called loyalty. You guys know what loyalty is?
Fairness.
Okay. Loyalty is being, you are loyal to each other when you are accountable to each other. Okay? If I know that I can count on you and that you're not going to tell my secret, or that I can count on you to have my back on the playground, meaning that if you guys are out on the playground and things are occurring, that you're going to have my back enough to either go tell a teacher or do the right thing, right? Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. By a show of hands, how many of you trust your classmates? Okay, that's good. That's good. That's the majority of you. That's the majority of you. Okay? So, we're gonna go into a little bit more detail about trust in the White House, trust in, you guys all did the Wax Museum, correct?
Yep.
Okay, but some of you did. The most of the class did the Wax Museum. And what that was you dressed as people of history, correct?
Yep.
Now, what I'm going to ask you is who you dressed as, okay? And for those who didn't, that's okay. But I'm going to ask you who you dressed as, and I'm going to ask you to think of some things a character of that person and why you chose that person, okay?
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks? Okay, and tell me why you dressed as her and what were some of the character traits that you thought of her.
She was caring. She was caring and she was fairness.
Okay, and she showed fairness? Yes.
I chose Mary Lou Retton,
Okay.
and she was respectful because she had to respect her coach to win the gold medal.
She had to listen? Okay, very good. Okay, Chloe.
I picked Abraham Lincoln, and he actually showed caring because he freed the slaves, and my mom picked him. That's why I picked him.
Okay, okay. Cole.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss, and why Dr. Seuss?
Because he not only made the books for him, he made the books for children.
Okay, and what do those books have to do with character?
Because they make the kids feel happier and laugh.
Say that real loud because I like that.
Because they make kids happier and laugh.
Okay, and that's important, right? Okay, and those books show great character in them, don't they? Okay, Ian.
I really can't explain what character he did, but I chose Neil Armstrong.
Okay, Neil Armstrong. Okay, do you know what Neil Armstrong did?
He was the first person to walk on the moon.
Okay, don't you think that he had to have trust in the people that sent him up? He had to have trust in the spaceship?
Yeah.
Because he was going on that moon by himself, right? And would it be easy for me to take and go away from my family and just go up in this ship? Would it be easy for you? Would it be easy for me?
No, it takes a long time.
It takes a long time, so it
And
takes a lot of courage.
If it
So it
were
takes-
easy, everyone would do it.
So it would take a lot of courage. Okay,
Taylor Swift.
who?
Taylor Swift.
Say, I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. And why did you pick Taylor Swift?
I picked Taylor Swift because I like rock stars, and she shows really good responsibility.
How does she show really good responsibility?
She shows really good responsibility by she has to write her songs and that people can relate to that they want to sing themselves.
Okay, Eli.
Abraham Lincoln, that's your favorite president.
Yes, that is my favorite president.
That
Been
there
there.
was about 7 of them. It was about some 6 of them.
Okay, he shows caring. Do you know why he was my favorite president? Because he showed equality, okay? He made us all equal. It means that one of us are not greater than the other, okay? And that is the greatest thing that I respect about him. There's other things that I respect, but that is the number one thing because I believe that we should all be treated the same, which is a form of trust as well, okay? Okay, I'm going to take one more. Go ahead.
I chose Walt Disney because he showed caring as he built Disney World for the people who work for him so they could spend more time with their kids.
Okay, very good. I like that one. Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
She chose Walt Disney because Walt Disney built a park that other families could go and spend time together. And that's important, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me tell you what we're going to get ready to do. Okay?
Yeah.
In telling you all about these monuments and talking to you about trustworthiness, okay, there are 4 components that I believe in trustworthiness, okay? One is promise keeping, one is integrity, one is honesty, and the other is loyalty, okay? I'm going to write those on the board, okay? Ms. Ferguson, actually, do you mind writing those on the board for me? Thank you. And what we're going to do is we are going to go to our groups, and we are going to build our own monument of what that means to us. Trustworthiness, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you is, there's going to be a captain from every table.
I would love to be one. I would love to be. I'm already
Nope.
table captain.
If you can wait for a minute, please. Because here is what we're going to do. We have to determine together this table, this table, this table, this table, this table as a group. You guys have to discuss together who your captain is going to be. Okay, now, let me tell you a little bit about the captain. Okay? Captain's like the person that controls the ship or controls the plane or whatever, okay? Here's what you have to do is, your team has to depend on you. Okay? What that captain is going to do is that captain is responsible to listen to the teammates, and also your responsibility is to come up and get the parts for your monument. No one else can come up to get Legos, only that of the captain. Okay? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so right now I'm going to ask you guys to take a couple minutes, discuss with your group who and why you feel it is important to be the captain of your team.
Integrity, trustworthiness.
Promise keeping, integrity, keeping promises, honesty,
Honesty and one.
together,
Separate.
How about right hussy?
Okay, time up. Time out.
Okay, so it has to be
Ready? Okay, this team right here. This team right here. Who is the captain?
No, it's Brayden. It's Brayden.
Hold on.
Who?
Hold on.
Okay,
Maybe
hold
give them
on.
a little bit more time.
Okay. No, let's just, it's okay. Everyone, voices up. What's the discussion? Why is, because this is actually good. Because what's the dilemma with all of it?
We voted. We're
You
trying
voted?
to vote, and I don't want to be.
You don't want to be captain, okay? So she doesn't want to be captain,
Okay, take her out of the vote.
okay?
Just take me out.
So then Brayden was next, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as we're communicating, because you have to understand, that's part of it, is communicating and understanding. Guys, if I can have your voices off, please. That's part of the understanding is you have to communicate. If someone doesn't want to do something, you need to listen to why, okay? So Brayden, you're going to be the captain of this team. Captain of this team. Me? Okay. There you go. Captain of this team. Okay? Captain of this team. Okay? Captain of this team. Okay. And we all agree on it?
Yep.
Because you guys don't seem happy about it.
I'm happy because he's not happy about it.
No, ma'am.
I was trying to decide.
No. Ian and Ainsley, come on. Come on. Get up.
Okay. I'm going to ask you right now. What happened?
Well, I was trying to decide, and
But it wasn't up to you to just decide. It's a group decision. Who did you want?
oh, I wanted me to be it.
Okay, who did you want? Who did you want? Okay, what was the purpose of why you wanted it?
Because I was trying to think who was like greater at doing all this stuff.
But I haven't given you what you're going to make greater. Okay? So each one of you wanted your individual. Is that right? Okay. Again, this is part of character, us working together. Okay? Well, you have to listen to each other because we do not want to hurt each other. You guys just raised your hands about trust, right? You trusted each other. But here's the thing is, sometimes trusting is not about us. Okay? Sometimes it's about listening to others and what's most important for others. Okay? So if one of our classmates is hurt, and we've hurt each other's feelings, we have to look at that and say, what is the purpose of that? Okay? Is it a reasonable reason, or is it just because that person's upset? Okay, we have to trust and listen, okay? So here's what we're going to do, is we are going to, they'll come back in when they're ready, but we're going to go ahead and go on with our lesson, okay? Okay, so captains, please stand up. Okay, very important. Anyone that's not a captain, you must be seated in your seat because this part of it gets very confused. Captains, you are going to discuss with your team what kind of statue or memorial or something that represents trustworthiness, what you're going to build. Okay? Once you decide that, you're going to come to the Lego table. You're going to pick pieces now. Follow the rules. You cannot just dump a whole bunch in your shirt or anything like that. Take what you need, take a few things, okay? And then build, okay? And again, it's anything that represents to you trustworthiness. With these 4 components: integrity, promise keeping, honesty, and loyalty. Okay? Can you do that?
Yes,
and you understand the mission, correct?
Yes.
Okay, captains, go ahead.
Yeah, but how we do that? Go pick out something. Because now we can do this like build a house. And this house. Yeah, we have enough pieces to build. Hurry up. And get that together. Get that
Ada, did you just say you don't know what to get?
Yeah.
Then you need to go back to your team and discuss it. Remember, it's all about listening to your teammates.
I know, but there's nothing. We were good at the
Ada, possibly, maybe you could have, possibly what you could do is nominate someone to be captain. Go back in your place right now and look and see. It's not going to be a color. Don't think about the color. for a minute and listen to what Brock said.
I'm almost the only one at this table that's sitting down in my seat. Because they said that only the captains get up.
Who said that? That was part of the instruction, that only captains are allowed to go up. So those who are not captains need to go sit down.
That's look at me. That's why I listened. I was listening. And that showed respect. And now I'm all happy. I can't carry this much pieces.
Right.
No, we're not going yet. No, we have to carry it. Yeah, but what are they waiting I need more pieces. They're not a hat. I know what you use. Put it this way. Yeah, that's supposed to be I need a longer piece. I need one more. Can you get a longer piece? Yeah, but you can't start it. Are you sure you'll have enough start? Because he's making his own stack. Let's make the hole. Wow. Now you can put the wall.
Okay, 5 minutes.
5 We just met last night. I saw another real one. I'm sick of all of them. And I'm picking this one.
5 minutes.
Oh, now we can do this. Now we can do this way. Oh, we're done. We can start. Look at me. That's just going to be grass, right? I need to say I'm an army. I guess I'm not great stuff. Claire is the only one that's good. This looks like a regular, right? That's the part we have to use. Give me my but now, that's the light. He can be a part of it. Guys, I made a thing.
4 minutes.
Do something. You know why we're black?
Well, why don't you tell me a little bit, okay? Go work with you.
Yeah, you are I
3.
I need to go get I got my drawer.
Okay, if you're completed, sit down and make sure you be careful with it because you don't want to knock it over.
Get the police car. Wait, hold on. Right, here's the love bar. Here's the love bar. That's not. Come on, stop. This right here. This right here. We're making it bigger. What do you make that right there? We could like make it up. They make this stuff. I told you. Don't worry about it.
Hey, 45 seconds. Joe, if you keep raising that up, that's going to fall, buddy.
I'm done. We made a car. Yes, we do. Well, we made a car. She's in the bottom, okay? We made a car. So we have you look lagging. This is not the goal. Don't break it. Don't break it. Look at ours.
Very good. Keep it on the table, though. Don't fall off there. Hey, time! Hey, everyone sit! Everyone sit!
Raise hands.
Everyone sit and hands off your thing.
Raise hands.
Everyone sit. It's all right.
Raise hands.
It's all right. Everyone sit. 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 On your bottom, sit. Okay. Back team. Now I'm going to ask you to stand up because I can't see all of you guys. I'm going to ask each one of you to stand up. Okay? Now, if you could, show me what you built.
The Statue of Liberty.
Okay, and tell me what it represents to you as a monument and why you chose the Statue of Liberty. Captain.
It's for our freedom.
For our freedom. Very good. Give them a hand. They did a great job. Good job. Okay. Brayden, I think you're the captain of this team over here, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And if the whole team could stand up. Okay, and tell me what your thoughts were and what you built. I realize some of it broke apart, that's okay. But it was still the process of it.
Yep, we only have the car and the boat.
Okay, and what did it represent?
Well, we built the car and the boat just for not. That doesn't worry about anything. We just wanted to build that. And what did we build again? We built the Statue of Liberty.
Okay. Let me ask you a question though. You said you built a car and what else? Okay. Is there any sign of trustworthiness in any of those?
Nope.
Actually, there is. Put the car out there. How can you trust? What's involved in trusting when you're in a car, when you're driving a car? What?
You have to pay attention to what you're doing.
Okay, you have to pay attention to what you're doing. What else?
When you get a car, it's more easier for you to get around. So you don't have to like walk and have to get a lot of drink and then go back home and start walking.
Okay, very good. Give them a hand. Good job. Okay, this front team. Stand, please. Brock, your team. Actually, I'm sorry, you weren't the captain. Natalie.
We tried to build the White House, but it fell apart.
Okay, you were trying to build the White House. And tell me, what of trustworthiness do you see in the White House?
Because
If you could talk louder, that'd be great.
it's like where our presidents live, and they we have to trust them.
Okay, we have to trust them. We have to trust them with what? Our laws? Okay. Do you think the president has to trust anyone?
Yes.
Okay. Who does the president have to trust? Okay. Do you think he has to trust when he puts his family in the White House? Do you think that's who does he have to trust to protect his family?
God.
His guards?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Very good. I like that. Give him a hand. Everyone should be paying attention and show respect to other teams. Okay, Eli, who was your captain? Okay. Martier, you want to go ahead and stand up and all of your team and let me know what you built.
We built the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. And what did it mean to you? What did it mean to you, team? What was the purpose of you building the Statue of Liberty?
Freedom.
Freedom? Okay. Anything else?
No. Wait, I have something.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Okay, can you guys think of anything else? Okay, very good. Okay, I think we have one last team. It's there in the back. Ada, if your team wants to stand.
Yeah, we didn't really build.
What were you trying to build?
Abraham Lincoln House.
Okay, so you had a vision because this is part of the lesson. Stand up for me, please.
We were trying to build Abraham Lincoln House.
Okay, all the teams stand up. Okay, so you're trying to build Abraham Lincoln House.
But we ran out of time, so we were trying to find it.
Okay, Ada says no, you weren't trying to, and Cole says you were.
Yeah, she was using her own imagination and not letting the rest of us use our imagination. Yeah, I was going to, but I was just making an idea.
Okay, so here's what we're going to go with. This is a great lesson. Okay? You guys go ahead and sit down. It's a great lesson. Stop building. Do me a favor. Eyes and ears on me. Respect is up here, and I'll show you respect, okay? Respect is on me. Eyes and ears. Okay? Thank you. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Trust takes a very long time to build. You guys are a prime example, okay? You really struggled, okay? Because you didn't trust each other, okay? Why didn't you trust each other? You didn't communicate? Would that be one?
Yeah.
What up? I'm asking them, okay? So let's discuss it because it's actually a valuable lesson.
We were trying to think of a White House with Abraham Lincoln in it, but
But did you communicate that?
no. Yes. You were like, no, I said Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, not Abraham Lincoln. I didn't say White House, I said Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, it's very important to listen and work together. It's great when we're doing things on our own and we have our own thoughts and process and we